A rough week for the banking industry.
Shockwaves across the entire business world.
The second biggest bank collapse in U.S. history.
All of the depositors
desperately trying to get their money out.
There's no other way to say it. I am straight up not having a good time right now. Just 2 days after I finished making my video about how successful the iron condor strategy has been, the US suffers its worst bank failure since the 2008 crisis. Silicon Valley Bank was in the process of going insolvent just as I posted my last 3K challenge video. And as you might imagine, holding iron condors through bank failures is a great way to increase your blood pressure. But did I get blown out? Is my portfolio destroyed? Not even close. In fact, we'll talk about how this increase in volatility can actually present an opportunity. Boys and girl, I welcome you back to the 3K challenge. Today is Monday, March 13th, and my portfolio is taking its first significant beating, down 2.5% for the second trading day in a row. The S&P 500 has now lost all of its gains for 2023. So much for my perfect record. But do you remember how in the last episode, I said I would open up a second iron condor if VIX spiked above 20? Well, on Thursday, VIX hit a high around 23, and I opened up my second iron condor. The short strikes are at SPY 360 and 425, and the expiration is May 19th. That open ended up being a little bit premature because VIX has since spiked to 36. But that's okay, I am not worried about this position. The condor that's causing me grief is this SPY 378 by 440. SPY is at about 381 right now, and that's getting dangerously close to my short put at 378. That's putting me at a 67% loss, all from the put wing. If we look at the call wing, there's really no premium left here. The values have almost dropped to nothing. I've gained pretty much all I can gain from this call wing. I effectively have a put credit spread right now, and that's not the position I want. To collect more premium, I need to roll this call wing closer to the current market price. The long call at 448 only has $3 of premium left on it, and the short call at 440 has $8 premium. So if I sell the 448 and I buy back the 440, it's only going to cost me $5 in order to close this call wing. Once it's closed, I'm free to roll down that call wing and collect more premium. The Robinhood screen that you see is actually my rehearsal from when I was planning the trade. I recorded my planning and then forgot to record the actual trade. What you see me doing here is rolling my call wing down to the 410 by 415 strikes. That would have given me an extra $58 of premium. What I actually did when I placed the trade is rolled the short call down to the 30 delta at the $400 strike. And then I bought the long call at 410. This gave me an additional $238 premium. I apologize for this recording error, but I can be a dumbass sometimes. We'll find out tomorrow if this was the right choice, or if I would have been better off rolling to my rehearsed position, or if I would have been better off not rolling at all. But what I just did with this roll might seem confusing, so let's talk through it. SPY dropped a lot over the last couple of days, so it was getting really close to my short put at 378. Meanwhile, I'm really not anticipating SPY shooting back up above 440 by late April. Therefore, I spent $5 to close out that call wing completely. When I originally opened this condor, I got $127 from the call wing. Now that I closed it for only $5, I locked in a $122 profit. But now I want to collect more premium by opening up a new call wing closer to the current market price. So I sold the $400 strike for $399 premium, and then I bought the 410 strike for $161. That gives me an additional $238 premium versus if I had not rolled. By collecting that additional premium, I have increased my max gain, reduced my max loss, and moved my break-evens further out. My new max gain is now the original 217 plus the new 238 minus the $8 that I spent to close my original call wing. So my new max gain is $447 if SPY lands between 378 and $400 on expiration. And since my wings are $10 wide, that means that my new max loss is $553 instead of the original $783. In exchange for these better numbers, I no longer have a short call way up at 440, but now it's down at 400. That's $40 less wiggle room for me if SPY starts shooting back up. We're gonna find out in the next couple of days if this ended up being a good choice or if I would have been better off not rolling. If SPY does massively recover, this could be the TLS strategy in action. And with my luck, that probably is what's going to happen. But if it does, I've got my other condor that would benefit. I'm not opening any more positions until VIX comes back down below 20 and I start seeing some gains on these condors. Let's give the banking industry some time to figure itself out, and we'll check back in a couple of days. All right, today is Thursday, March 16th, and as you can hear in my voice, I'm a little bit sick right now, but we still gotta get after it. By now, you've probably heard the news. After Silicon Valley Bank went insolvent last week, turmoil hit Europe as well when Credit Suisse's risk of default increased, and the Saudis said that they will not bail them out. And unlike Silicon Valley Bank, Credit Suisse is actually important globally, and if this 166-year-old bank did default, it would be a much bigger problem. But for now, the Swiss National Bank has offered a $54 billion loan to Credit Suisse to ward off default issues. So in the immediate term, this seems to have blown over, and as a result, the market has recovered quite a bit. My big mistake is when I rolled down the Iron Condor's call wing right here, right at market open on Monday. I thought that my SPY short put at 378 was going to get tapped, so I rolled down my untested call wing from 440 to 400 so I could collect more premium. That ended up not being a good decision, maybe even an impulsive decision. Now that SPY has recovered quite a bit back up to 390, I would have been a lot better off if I just didn't roll the call at all and left the short call at the 440 strike. As you can see here, this particular condor is now down $227. But remember, I locked in a $120 profit when I closed the initial call wing, so my actual total drawdown is just over $100. But had I not rolled at all, I'd be green. So this is a big error on my part by rolling so aggressively. With SPY at 390, I'm still good. I'm smack dab in the middle of these strikes, but I can no longer benefit from SPY rising anymore because my short call is now so close to SPY's current price. What I really need right now is for VIX to go back down below 20. It's been rocketing this week, up 20% several days in a row, and that has been putting pressure on my condors. If VIX would drop substantially while SPY is still in between my strikes, that would really help out my position. The other condor I have open is SPY 365 by 420. There's been no significant change on this one so far. It's been pretty much flat since I opened it. Once again, I need volatility to decrease before this condor has any significant price movement. Right now, I don't see any compelling reason to open or close any trades. I'm happy to leave some cash on the sidelines right now and wait until I'm convinced that these bank run contagion risks are finished. Next week, we have the FOMC meeting that will probably decrease volatility if J-Pow's decision is in line with estimates. However, I don't think VIX will drop enough for me to close. It's still possible that I get lucky and SPY just sits down between these 380 and 400 short strikes. In that case, I might even come out on top versus if I hadn't rolled. But right now, the risk is a lot higher than it should have been, and I'm probably going to have to hold on to this condor for longer than I planned. To compensate for that, I'm going to aim to take profits at only 25% gain instead of 50. That way, I don't get too close to expiration where I have to start worrying about gamma risk. Overall, I'm still up about 13% this year. It's not the nice pretty 18% that I was up last week, but with banks closing and volatility spiking, there's going to be some challenges expected. That's still not bad when SPY is up only 1% on the year. I just need to stick to the plan and not roll so aggressively in the future. I'm excited for FOMC next week. Let's see how this plays out. All right, welcome back, guys. Today is Wednesday the 23rd, and J-Pow just started his FOMC speech. The Fed is going to raise rates by 25 basis points, and the market seems really happy with that. My condor's short call is now busted with SPY over 402. If I flip over to Robinhood, we can see that the decisive move upwards is now hurting my portfolio, with it down over 1%. Both condors are now in the red, but this top one where I previously rolled down the short call is the real source of pain. I'm down over $300 on the position. Now, if we consider the $120 that I gained when I rolled down the short call, I'm actually down $184, which is still not great. But the put wing is now green. I am now up on the put wing. And if I didn't previously roll down the short call, I'd be green on the call wing too. If I had never rolled, I'd probably be ready to close this condor with a nice gain. Now that my put wing is green, it's this call wing with the short strike at 400 that's putting the hurt on, and that's all my fault. My secret weapon remaining would be to roll the put wing up to 400 and turn this into a straddle, and I really don't want to do that. We've seen several times now that the market will reverse course the day after a J-Pow speech. Sometimes that even happens the same day when he's done talking. I'm not going to roll my put wing into a straddle now. Instead, I'm going to hold what I have and hope that SPY comes back off. So far, this has been a painful lesson learned about prematurely managing iron condors. Okay, now it's shortly after 3 p.m. and J-Pow is done talking. After watching SPY's rise really ding my portfolio, now SPY is coming back down. SPY is now red for the day by 0.5%, And as SPY ticks back down toward 390, my condors are benefiting. My May condor is now solidly in the green, no reason to manage that one, and it will take some luck from here, but if SPY keeps cooperating with me, then I may yet have the opportunity to profit from this April condor as well. I'm back over $3,400 on the account, a 14% gain for the year so far. Let's keep this going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Discord.